Hi, I'm Shin. I'm a UCLA graduate who grew up in Japan, and today I will show you 5 Japanese memory habits backed by real research so you can remember more while studying much less. Habit number 1. Active recall. A lot of students think studying means rereading the same page again and again. It feels productive, but your brain treats it like a noise. A major study by Dr. Jeffrey at Purdue University found that retrieval practice, testing yourself, produced dramatically better long-term learning than rereading or making concept maps. The students who spent their time recalling remembered far more a week later than the ones who kept reviewing. And Japanese learning method naturally lean into this, like kanji drill and constant self-testing. They train the brain to retrieve, not just consume. Here's how you copy this. Study the material once, close a book, take a blank sheet and write everything you can remember. Then look back, fill in the gaps, and repeat. It feels uncomfortable, but that struggle is a signal your brain uses to build strong memory pathways. Habit number 2, the Kumon principle. Most people try to absorb an entire chapter in one sitting. It feels fast, but your working memory overloads and almost nothing sticks. And cognitive load theory explains this clearly. Your working memory can only hold a few new elements at once. Once you exceed that limit, learning drops instantly. And Kumon, used by millions of Japanese students, avoids this entirely. It's a Japanese learning method built on small step worksheets for math and reading. One tiny worksheet, one simple knowledge repeated until it becomes automatic. No overwhelm, no burnout, just steady progress that sticks. Here's what you can do. Take today's topic and break it into mini units. Instead of trying 10 pages in 3 hours, do 30 focused minutes on one concept using examples and recall. Small consistent chunks get stored. Overloaded sessions get deleted. Habit number 3, spaced repetition. Forgetting does not mean you're slow. Your brain is following a forgetting curve, a pattern identified by Hermann Ebbinghaus and confirmed by modern research. Memory drops sharply in the first 24 to 72 hours. But here's the opportunity. If you review right before you forget, the memory becomes significantly more stable and your retention skyrockets. Japanese students follow this naturally. In elementary school, kanji learning cycles repeat on day 1, day 3, day 7, and beyond. They refresh information just before it fades. Here is a simple schedule. Study today, review tomorrow, review again in 3 days, then 1 week, then 2 weeks. Each review can be 5 minutes using active recall. You are not working harder. You are reviewing at the scientifically ideal moment. You are studying smarter. Habit number 4, Kaizen system. Kaizen means continuous improvement through very small steps, and it fits perfectly with how the brain forms long-term memory. This ties directly to long-term potentiation, meaning repeated activation of the same neural pathway strengthens the connection between neurons. Over time, pathway becomes faster, more efficient, and more permanent. This is the core mechanism behind learning. You do not need all-nighters. You need constant signals. Here's a simple Kaizen routine. Every day, use 6 minutes on one subject. 2 minutes on active recall, 2 minutes of spaced repetition review, and 2 minutes of focused problem solving. 6 minutes is easy to start, so you do it daily. Daily repetition is what converts short-term memory into stable long-term knowledge. Habit number 5, ritual-based focus. If you try to study on your bed with your phone nearby, your brain simply will not focus. Classic research on context-dependent memory shows that your brain ties information to the environment where you learned it. In the famous diver experiment, people who learned underwater recalled better underwater, and people who learned on land recalled better on land. And Japanese students quietly use this to their advantage. They study at the same desk with the same tools in the same posture. And over time, that space becomes a mental trigger for focus. Here's what you can do. Pick one location that becomes your study zone. Use the same pen or notebook each session, and keep your phone away. When your environment stays consistent, your brain builds an association. This is where we focus, and recall becomes easier with less effort. So here's your takeaway today. Use active recall instead of only reading. Break topics into small pieces so you never overload your brain. Review at spaced intervals to beat the forgetting curve. Use tiny daily sessions to build real long-term memory. And create one simple study ritual that tells your brain it is time to focus. Study less, remember more.